you've been you've been mentoring people, right? From your story, even from your book, you've been there for a lot of people, right? One thing I picked up was it's almost like a pastor in a way. He's there for everybody. My thing is, starting with me, other people, your wife, everybody that means something to you, you're always giving, 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 giving. What happens when you're down? You're still human.
Yeah.
What? Who do you go to?
Yeah.
Who do you? No, I'm so serious,
Yeah.
right?
No, I'm
Like,
smiling because I'm glad you're asking the question.
like, what do you do? Like, you know how to cheer other people up. Like, now what happens when you're down?
Yeah.
Do you take your own advice? Is there a contradiction? Is there a go-to method you have?
Yeah.
Like, what happens?
And I'm smiling because I guess I've never really asked this question or answered it publicly, but I've answered and practicing that question internally. One of the things that I've done, I realized as I beginning to know myself and understand myself, that helped me. When I'm in a funk, call it a funk or the slum, right? We all go through it. I don't care who it is. We all go through it. And this is why I often say you have to have someone that you can go and vent to. Each and every one of us need to have that because it's healthy for your own for your own good. One of the things that I've realized when I feel down, when I feel like giving up, feeling like quitting, is that I find people that are in need. I encourage them. Like you and I are talking right now. I'm full of energy because I'm talking to you. Here's why. The other night you sent me, you see, I wrote something on the post and I talk about I was feeling really bad coming from an event. And I felt like, I was well prepared for the event. Okay. I put in at least 6 months into my content. I know what I'm talking about. You've seen me speak before. Man, I'm like, I got this. Right. But of what I realized when I got on stage, I started speaking. Literally, my mouth went dry. I'm like, I was out there like an immature. I was not nervous. I had confidence, but I've dealt with something that I've never experienced in my life. Dry mouth. I'm like, how is that happening? Right? So, and I begin to look at myself, man, that was a huge personal failure for me because my expectation for my execution at this level was so high. I set up the bar so high for me. Like I said, I prepared for these events for about 6 months to 7 months. Been preparing. I know it's not the first time I speak. It's not the first time I speak in front of a large audience, right? And I began to say to myself, oh my goodness, I blew it. That's when you sent me the encouraging text you sent me. You're talking about how play a path in your life. I was literally getting ready to say, man, not again. I'm like, you know what? I'm through with this. Like, oh man, I was beating myself up. But the point is that when I saw that text and I began to write, so you give me energy by you encourages me. Your encouraging words give me energy to go back to what I know, go back to that feelings that, you know what, I'm doing this to help people. I'm going to deal with this personal failure. I'm better than this. I expect more of myself than I produce. I did something. I've experienced something that is new to me. So now I know moving forward how to prepare for the unprepared. You see what I'm saying? The second thing is that I do. First thing is encouraging people. Find someone that are down or discouraged and share with them. Just talk about just about anything. And the second thing, and I'll tell the people, I've listened to a certain particular music. I listen to a certain particular music. I have a list of few songs, right, that I listen to. Whether it depends on the day. It could be strictly worship song. Now, as you know, I'm starting listening to Haitian music. Like, there's some good songs that you listening to them, it does something to me. It helped me to get out of the funk. These are the places that I go to, and then I definitely share some insights or some stuff with my wife, and she's kind of like really my friend and someone that I can talk to about anything because I know she understand me. She understand me, and when, especially when I fail, she know I'm better, right? Because I know she knows that I know that I'm better, and so even when I don't perform or do well, I don't stay in that personal space of loss and failure and reminiscing about what happened, right? Of course, I tell everybody, give yourself 24 hours to weep, to cry, to feel sorry for yourself, and then get out of it. Get out of it because it's already done. You cannot undo it. But the fact that I know I understand myself. The key takeaway from this, to the key point to this, to answering this question is that I tell individuals to understand yourself. Understand yourself. Understand your strength and your weakness. When you at your lowest point in your life, when you're down, you don't go to your weakest link or your weakest part of your life, right? You go to your strength side. My strength is, okay, if I'm feeling down, I'm a thinker. So I go to a place of thinking of the future, thinking of my dream, thinking of where I want to be in the next couple of months, and thinking where I'm going to be in the next couple of years, thinking about where I want my life to be in the next few years. So when I literally, sometimes I end up falling asleep. We call it meditation or reflection, whatever we want to call it. But sometimes I ended up falling asleep, but when I wake up, I feel energized.
Wow, that's insane.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you something for the people that may be watching. What did you say? You said dry mouth?
Yeah.
What is that exactly? Is that like a physical thing? Is it like when you were training, were you doing it humbly, or was that I got this, I've done it many times, I'm this high, like boom, 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 and then, or is it like a deer in the headlights? Like, explain that, because I was kind of lost. Like, what is that exactly, and what was the mindset leading up to that date?
I think the mindset leading up to the day was great. Is the mindset leading up to that moment. The mindset leading up to that moment, I kind of think, right, as I reflect on and see what happened, what went right, what went wrong, what could I have done differently. Number one, I had a well-prepared message that I got from the beginning to end. And I credit to my wife, she told me this, look, and mistakes that I made, and I go back to my wife, to what my wife said, is that I went off track. I didn't stay on track. And she was like, I know you didn't stay on track because you do this, you do this. So if you work on something for so long, when the time, or when we're dealing with time and there's changes, you have to be able to adapt to those changes, but stick with your plan.
Okay.
Right? Instead of thinking that, I prepare for a 45 minutes or 35 minute speech, and that's going to be cut into a 15-minute speech. Don't go from the best to the point that you think is the best for you. Right? I went to the point where I think that's what's going to serve me, and I forgot to think about what I was here. So now in the middle of it, now your mind got confused, like, why am I here? I'm not here for me. I'm here for them. So I made it personal that I'm here for me. I'm going to use the best part I think is the best from that message. There's no saliva in your mouth. It's like, first time I experienced this, it was, oh my goodness, I didn't know what to do. There was water in front. All you had to do is drink water. But I'm like, it's not that I got scared, but I was kind of afraid a little bit. It's like, you experience something for the first time. It's like, I can't believe this is happening to me. And, I got through it and feel like, no, you know what?
Right,
I whipped and cried.
So my thing is, I'm just look at me, I'm speechless now. I'm just dumbfounded. So, because all your messages, whether, that juvenile foundation we went to where we met JR, to going to see Mr. Sir John, to even your speaking engagements that I've seen on Facebook, all of your messages were to them.
Yeah.
So do you felt that on the trip that you went to, were you like what? You were hyping yourself up? Like
Yeah.
were you, or like, because all your messages before were for them, the
Yeah.
crowd, right? Juvenile, for example, you went like you went raw and cut.
Yeah.
Your examples were, at your age, like running trains, like doing this, smoking, sex, like that message were for that.
Yeah.
It was for that environment.
Yeah.
When we went to what was it, FCC off
Yeah.
Wharton, that little college,
Yeah.
right? That message was for that particular group. This is something you've done countless times before. Like
Yeah.
that's why I'm like lost. I'm like, wait, what? So like, was it more like the message wasn't for them? Like I'm walking in like I'm the president, or like, but like what was it? Because every time I'm with you, that specific you tailor it to the crowd. You're not
Yeah.
gonna give the same speech you gave to juvenile kids that are in the system at risk that you are to graduating students, nurses,
college students,
this and
yes.
that. So you
University.
always altered your speeches. You altered it to the audience. I'm just lost. I'm like, wait. So hold on. You were always prepared. I didn't
Yeah.
care about that. Even if you were in moments where you had to wing it, you winged it. Because even off the PowerPoints, you listed what was on the PowerPoints, and then you didn't need the notes because you went in. You get what I'm saying? So like, I don't know. I'm still lost.
Yeah.
What was it like?
And then again, it's like I said, this is why we having these talks, and it's good for all of us, right? It's
Okay.
good for me. I've learned something about myself. I've learned something about speaking in different environment. I've learned something of speaking in the mixed environment. One of the things too, I begin to reflect. I asked myself that question to make sure that was not one in the case, which normally sometimes it is. Sometimes it is the case. When you're at an environment, because it was a takeaway from me, you have people that are faster, better, have more experience than you.
Of course.
And it can affect your, I wouldn't say your self-esteem, but it could affect how you present yourself, right? So now you feel pressure to be better. You feel pressure to impress.
Okay, like ego, competition, the alpha.
It's not, I wouldn't say the ego or competition, but it's men by nature. We're
Yeah,
competitive,
facts,
right?
yeah.
But when you're in the presence of great, when you're in the presence of people that are better than you, and this is the key takeaway that I want you to get from that. When you're in presence of people that have done better than you,